Our
again, we don't
government
talk
is
about it, we about it.
engaging these
This is
issues
Chris
on
with
an international level,
UpliftingNews.net.
and
I am here
what
live.
needs to happen,
We're
and
going to sit
how
down and talk with
individual
Miss
citizens
Wilson. She has her own
can get
show,
involved and
Arts
make
and
sure that
Entertainment,
our government
WPEB
is
88.1. As you can see,
implementing the
she's
right
interviewing right
policies
now.
and
Stay
providing
tuned.
the resources, helping smallholder farmers improve their yields and their productivity. And that's critical for increasing their income.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Bread for the World is an excellent organization, and I spoke with Derek Boykin, and he is doing a phenomenal job in the Bronx with his pastoral duties and his involvement in Bread for the World.
Yes, yes.
Now, what do you have?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris with UpliftingNews.net. And once again, we don't talk about it, we about it. We are here live at WPEB 88.1. And we're going to sit down and talk to Miss Wilson. She's currently involved in photojournalism. And we're going to sit down and talk to her. She's going to tell you exactly what does it involve and what she does. And we just hope that you enjoy the show today. So please stay tuned.
One person that goes unfed at any hour of the day. There's enough food, there's enough wealth, but it is so unevenly distributed. We have to address that. And organizations like Bread for the World are doing just that. So, do your part. Log on to www.breadfortheworld.com and pitch in or see how you can contribute. If you can't contribute money, volunteer your services. See what you can do to help perpetuate the mission that Bread for the World is trying to accomplish and is accomplishing. Lots of things going on. Liz Taylor died. She was a real go-getter. She was a trooper. She hung in there through many illnesses, and she was a humanitarian. She was an advocate for the underdog, and a lot of times you don't find that. People reach certain plateaus and they forget about the underdog. They forget about the underdog, they walk on the underdog, they kick the underdog to the curb. But Liz Taylor did not do that, and she's a woman. She was a woman of wealth. I mean, wealth upon wealth. So, our condolences go out to the family of Liz Taylor, and may she rest in peace. You're listening to Urban Oasis Arts and Culture, the radio edition, here on WPEB 88.1 FM. I'm Deleina Wilson, your host, and we'll be back with some more dialogue about things going on in the community and around the world. So stay tuned. Right. I guess you wanted to talk about my beginnings in photography. I got into photography when I was quite young, like when I was about 15 years old. I got my first summer job as a photographer's assistant through a program called Operation Discovery. And what they did was they had teenagers choose what craftsmen they wanted to work with. They had only about 5 or 6 positions. I got one of them. You could work for an interior designer, you could work for a draftsman, you could work for an architect or a photographer. I stopped right there because I wanted to work for a photographer because my family has always like documented everything with pictures ever since I can remember. So it always held my interest because I always saw so many pictures around the house and albums. So I worked with a photographer in the East Village, and my duties were to escort 4 boys aged 9 through 10 to his studio every day. And then we'd go out and shoot in the morning and come back and if there were enough time, develop the film and print it. And that grasped my interest, and because prior to that I was going to be a neurosurgeon. I was very interested in the sciences. I did quite well in science, and I had plans on becoming a neurosurgeon. But after that summer, I kind of weaned myself away from that, and I brought it up at the dinner table, like at the end of the summer. Oh, I want to be a photographer. My mother, open-minded, she said, like, okay, you know, try it. My father was more like, nah, I don't think that's a good idea. But long story short, I bought a darkroom outfit, saved up all my money for the darkroom outfit at the end of the summer, and started to develop photographs, and I went pro at like around 19. I started selling papers to photographs to radical newspapers,
Okay.
like The Guardian and The Rat, and Students for a Democratic Society. So.
Well, Ms. Wilson, one of the questions I have, just heard what you just said about how you got started. Did you receive any formal training of photography, or was it just more or less freelancing and you just kind of developed a skill for different angles and shoots
Well,
when you first started?
Over the years, I mean, prior to my becoming pro, the only instruction I had was from the photographer who I worked as his assistant, who incidentally I'm still in touch with too. Yeah, for years we kept in touch. He worked for WHYY as a filmmaker for years, and now he's in Mississippi right now, doing some things on the fishermen down there. But I kind of developed an eye and, you know, studied on my own. It was years later when I went to college for RTF, stuff like that, but I kind of developed my own style, my own eye.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. As far as the this radio station and this show, WPB 88.1, what are your future plans with the radio station? Are you going to pursue something a little bit more deeper here with the radio station? Maybe pursue your own actual radio station itself? The sky's the limit, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's you know it's an open arena. It's an open arena. But as now, like I'm the programming director for the station, and you know we want to you know just try to move the station to the next level, and you know that's basically what we're working on, trying to build morale of the broadcasters, and you know make the programming such until you won't want to turn that dial, you know, to make one program complement the other and to be as informative as we possibly can.
Well, we here at upliftednews.net are all about inspiration, bringing out the community, knowing each other background, and which is very important all around the world globally. I definitely like what you're doing, and could you please give the people some encouraging words as far as where would you like us to be at? Where would you like the people and the world to be at? Now, you have a lot of good programs that come on. You talk about feeding the people. You were just interviewing someone about that, but what is your personal objective with the world? Just your personal.
Well, I would really like to see the African American race, but all races, you know, come together on one accord, you know, be knowledgeable of each other's cultures and try to iron out the differences so that, you know, the road that we travel can be a smooth one, and that we can mesh and you know, just come together as a human unit. For the African American people, especially, I would like to see a return to the consciousness of Black Wall Street. Because Black Wall Street was a town that I speak about on this show periodically, that it was in the Midwest, and it was comprised of African Americans that were self-sustaining millionaires. They had a shipping magnate. They had import-export businesses. They had factories, and the dollar circulated in the community 100 times before it left that community. That's what I want us to get back to, as far as being a race of people. And this goes across the board for all races of people. But if you go on the internet and look up www.blackwallstreet.com, you'll be intrigued and surprised. And if we could get back to that unit, because now we have people from all different professional realms. We have doctors, lawyers, chemists, physicists, astronauts. There's no reason why we can't have our own mouthwash. So basically, it's, you know, a wish for all cultures to unite, and every one culture delve into what their uniqueness is and accentuate that, and interact with other cultures so that it can be a more peaceful environment. And that stems from the family unit. The family unit needs to be solidified or revisited, okay? Because we don't sit down to dinner anymore, and that's where a lot of things were ironed out. You sit down with your parents, you're told about your school day, they told about their work day. It was a family unit. Today, that's almost non-existent. People go and get things from the Chinese restaurant, you put in a microwavable dinner, everybody goes to their rooms, they're on video games. That is a very important element that is missing, and I'd like to see us kind of get back to that, at least on Sundays. At least on Sundays.
Sunday soul food, okay. That was excellent. That was excellent information, very informative. That was like a delight snack.
Thank you.
And I definitely appreciate it, and Uplifting News appreciate it. And on that note, we will let you get back to your marvelous, fabulous show, which I am receiving full of life right now. Yes, this is our moment. On that note, we'd like to thank you, and we will talk to you very soon.
Okay. All right. Thank you.